Hi, I'm Mamta Narula, radio host, MC, and storyteller. After 25 years connecting with audiences on EBC radio and at major South Asian events, I'm excited to bring you Moments with Mamta. This podcast shares real conversations about the moments that shape us, stories of growth, grit, and inspiration. Thank you for listening and welcome to Moments with Mamta. When we talk about moments with Mamta, I really look forward to talking to people who have made an impact on my life. And, somehow I see a bit of my shadow in them. And these are the initial few episodes. And one person I really, really wanted to talk is a friend who I've not seen in a very long time, but I admire her personality. And she's had a great win very recently. So on Moments with Mamta, I welcome one and only Menka Soni. Hi, Menka.
Hi, Mamta. So good to see you virtually. We haven't met, in last several years. And, as you just mentioned, we share so much in common, the energy, the passion, the zeal. And I'm so happy to see you virtually today.
Well, I'm so happy that you could take us some time. So tell us, if the listeners want to know, who is Menka Soni? Who is she? How would you describe yourself?
If I have to describe myself, I would say I'm jack of all.
Oh,
I have been playing several hats and I've been having several hats. And right now, just recently, I've been elected as Redmond City Council. So, my journey has, if I have to describe, actually during my campaign, I was talking a lot about that. It was always with 4C. That I call my 4C pillars. Corporate. I've worked for almost 30 years in the corporate, from Microsoft, T-Mobile, General Motors, Starbucks, and, even Cognizant. Then the second aspect was my charity. I'm a president founder for a nonprofit organization, AM Powering, where we have been feeding 2,500 homeless every week. We provide interim shelter. We have been helping domestic violence victims, mental health advocate, and a lot. So, there are so many projects running underneath. My third hat is a community leader. And, I work with the different communities and I try to bridge the gap and bring everybody together to make this world as like one big tent. And my fourth piece is the civic. So having served on 5 different boards and commission and now ready to take place in the city hall as newly elected Redmond City Council member.
This is just simply amazing. And I was having a bit of this thing. Oh my God, this and this and this. So tell me, today we know that Menka, or at least I know that Menka is, she needs multiple tracks going on and she is so active. How was your childhood like? Were you like this when you were growing up, or you have actually changed?
So one thing that never changed from my childhood, it's like a little background. I am from Lucknow, which is like Uttar Pradesh state in India. So coming from that state, belonging to a very conservative family with 5 girls and 1 boy. So to be very honest, it's like, when I was born, my mother and my parents were so disappointed that there's another girl. And, but today I'm the most loved one in the family, not just because whatever I have done, but I think over these years, the way I have given back with love, compassion, and build a family together, I think my parents are really proud of me. And, I think I was able to bring a lot of changes in our family, which I can talk later. And, to give a little bit background from Lucknow, when I moved to States with my husband and now build a family here in United States. I've been living here since 2004. United States is home now. So, the journey has been really good so far. There has been a lot that we have accomplished. There is so much that we have done. And, looking forward to continue on this journey further.
So Menka, having all these tracks, right, it is not easy. So I'm sure there are challenges, right? There are failures, there are obstacles in the way. So how is your personality? Like, how do you handle, track A is going fine, but track B, there's a problem. So how do you handle, how do you manage?
So, a lot of interviews, there have been a lot of magazine interviews and people have covered, and they very humbly, they started calling me Super Wonder Woman.
Awesome.
This is a question that everybody has asked me. How do you handle working on so many multiple tracks at a time? And I've always used one analogy. I said, my life is like a piano. There are so many keys in that, right? And to play that note, you don't play all the notes together at that same time, right? So there will be some higher notes, some lower notes, but the way you plan and organize all those notes, end of the day, they will prepare a beautiful composition. So that's how I look into all my tracks and the work that I do, that there I cannot be focused on every single track at every single moment. So there are highs and lows in life, like, depending upon what's the priority. That's how I take it. And I try to compose a music which defines me also as, as a hardworking, humble person, and also benefits other. End of the day, I just want to ensure that every single task that we do, every work that we do is helping and making an impact for somebody else's life. So that with that mission, the power that you get from the universe is amazing, because then end of the day, it is not me who is doing this work. There is a universal power that is making you do.
And I also understand that you are a spiritual person. So you believe that there is this supernatural power who's guiding us. We can call that power anything that we want. So do you dedicate time for your prayers or your spirituality aspect of your life? Or how do you play that during the day? Because you're very busy.
People, those who know me very well and very closely, they will know this thing. My morning starts with prayer. The first breath that I take when I get up, the first thought that it comes to my mind is gratitude prayers. I do prayers 4 times a day. In fact, like my family always used to say that, you are going to miss the train for an amount of a prayers that you do. I'm a healer. I'm a magnified healer. So I truly believe in healings. I truly believe in keeping my energies very positive around me. I don't tangle and waste my time investing on some of those negative energies and, working on some of those things. I know very easily how to pull myself out of that, so that I can focus only in doing some productive work, in handling my time that can help me heal, help people around me also heal with me.
So tell me something about this magnified healer thing. I mean, I've never heard of it. So are you a trained healer or what is it?
Yes, I am a trained healer. And I did this in 2019. Actually, maybe I can just bring up. So in 2019, prior to that, I was a little bit different, Menka, in terms of, it's like, getting impacted with the conflicts, with the controversies, and like, people thing. I just used to keep it in my heart. And perhaps that was one of the reason I had a heart attack in 2019. And while that was not even my age, or there were no symptoms and there was no health conditions that would have led to that. But I think it was a shock that the universe wanted to give it to me, to make me realize that life isn't, you have a beautiful gift of life with you. You have a beautiful family around you. You cannot waste that for small little things. So when I got that shock, right after that, I actually, joined for a magnified healing workshop that was happening and a training that was happening, where I took that training. And then I think that just changed my entire process. It was the things that universe was just aligning for me to go through that process, to understand that what is needed in my life. So, and I give this message to everybody outside also. It's like, life is a beautiful gift of God. Whatever we see around us, these are the things that helps you to keep moving forward. The conflicts, they help you to move forward. People, those who are coming across in your life, they're not bad. They have been chosen to have to play that role. So we should have a compassion and empathy for everybody around you. And they may not be in the same frame of life what you are, but that does not mean they're bad. So they are also good souls. So, the moment you start accepting some of these things, I was free from any of those things. And this healing helped me to move forward. And now I do heal myself every day. I do heal other people as I can.
Oh, that's completely. I mean, I'm like in a state of shock that I did not know this aspect, and more shocked because I did not know about the heart attack episode. So I assume that was right around COVID time, because 2019 we experienced this.
Yeah, it was 2019 June, and COVID came in 2020. So
Yeah.
and honestly, if you always see that when you look back and you try to connect the dots, and then you would see how life is taking you into a direction. I feel like it was the same. Like 2019, I think I needed the healing myself, which I got. And then 2020, when people needed that healing, people needed that support, I was mentally, emotionally, physically ready to do that, right? So since 2020, when we started picking up, when I saw people suffering, when I saw the sufferings happening around us, we knew that this is where our efforts should be going. So I would say that's the reason I'm telling you, like, I was being prepared at that time so that I could start delivering, I could start handling, and I could start helping more people going forward. So it's all play. You just think that you are the doer. You are not the doer. There is somebody else who is doing it. You are just a medium, and accept it and just keep moving.
I'm enjoying this conversation because, yeah, I see a very positive Menka, and that positivity I'm getting just by talking to you. And I'm sure the listeners will also experience this. So today, Menka, how do you handle criticism? Because the fields you are in, there's a lot of criticism, right? There's, I would say, 30-40% of criticism coming, be it now this social media, be it messages or phone calls or whatever it is. How do you handle that?
So absolutely, this is one thing that you cannot avoid when you are in the leadership positions, or when you are in the the doer positions, because there will always be noises around you. One thing that again, as I just mentioned, for me, the biggest thing is an acceptance. This is going to happen. It is not you. It is about the position you may hold, or it is about the work that you're doing it. It may and may not be aligned with everybody's, ways of thinking, the ways they work. So there's nothing wrong against any of these things. I think the acceptance is first and foremost is the biggest thing. Second thing, it's the conscience and your awareness that people, those who are talking about some of those, they are again not that people. See, because I'm a healer, so I always work with the souls. So they are good souls. They are not doing the wrong things. It is just like they have been coming with some kind of a baggage that they may have it from their thought process. Sometimes, so I know what I have to accept and what I don't have to accept from there. So as long as I have that awareness in my mindset, I'm good. And so I don't want to waste my time and energy. And I have told this thing to everybody. I have limited time. If I will waste my time in just confronting, in just solving, answering backs and responding to those conflicts or doing these things, I'm going to miss my major chunk of work, which can be very productive and could be and is most essential. So, that's where when you start being selective to pick up what you want and what you don't want, it helps you to resolve those conflicts, because that's a noise. A lot of these things is just a noise. Ignore that and move forward.
Wow. All right. So that's a very confident Menka saying that, and I'm going to make note of this. In fact, we are recording this, so I'm going to listen to this again because these are the things that all of us can implement in our life, and it also evolves us, right? From, like, if I also look back what I was 5 years back, or maybe 3 years back, or 2 years back, I'm not the same. My ways of thinking has evolved, and talking to people also helps because you get a different perspective. So Menka, if somebody wants to get a healing advice, how do people contact you? Like, do you have some dedicated hours or weeks where you work? How does it all happen?
So I don't do as a kind of a dedicated hours or this thing. It is, somebody wants it, I am always approachable to people. I am definitely, I have actually dedicated my life in serving others and helping others. So, I'm happy to help anyone, those who need. And that's what I keep doing it. It's like, sometimes even sitting down with a calm and a peaceful mind and just sending some those vibes, it can help. I learned this thing several years back. Somebody told me that doing a service does not always mean that physically you have to wash dishes, you have to do these things, you have to do. Passing a good smile to people. You don't even know that, they might be having a stressful day. Your smile could just help them. So, there are several ways you can do these things. There are several ways you can make an impact in people's life. And that is one of the reasons people say, why you're always smiling? I said, this is the basic thing I can do at least.
So and to that point, the basic thing is missing these days. Like people,
Yes.
I mean, we talk about empathy and all, right? But the basic smile, a gesture, greeting people,
Precisely.
that is missing. So I also totally agree with you that, I mean, at the least we could do that, right? So Menka, tell me, what is the final goal? Like, your journey is very interesting, all these multiple tracks. What is the goal? Is it something that you're trying to achieve or be somewhere, or it's let universe give me opportunities and I'll take them and I'll work hard and make sure that I deliver what I need to. So what is it?
So I'll definitely say it's like, a lot of people, they think about the purpose and goal. I would say, living this journey itself is a purpose and a goal, right? And my one ultimate goal that I will definitely say is how many lies, towards when you are doing it every single day, you want to make an impact, you want to help, you want to see that, there is somebody getting benefit from the work that we are doing it. As many lives as I can touch, and I don't have a goal how many lives I will be able to touch. If nothing, even one life, I think my life would be accomplished. But in terms of so this is very spiritual path that I'm talking about. But then now coming back, like, on the other side of um, I recently got elected for the Redmond City Council. I 14 years I'm already served in my different capacity in the different roles in the different boards and the commissions, and now on the city. So what I want to do is, like, I want to just deepen my impact. So far, I was able to make an impact with my current capacity to these many people. Maybe now being on the city, I will be able to make a bigger impact with that city. What it entails taking it beyond, I haven't decided yet, because I want to take my life like a cup of tea, sipping it with every sip, enjoying it and living that moment. So I haven't made any big goals for my life like this, but I just want to enjoy whatever I'm doing it. I want to, when I look back, I should just feel really accomplished.
And I'm sure your family is very, very proud of you, from where you started and where you are today. I met your husband and your kids. What do they think, or how do they handle your craziness, crazy lifestyle that you have?
My family has been my big support. I must say, my husband, Ashish, he has been part of my journey every single day. My daughters, in fact, like, last when you saw them, they were teeny, tiny tots and they have grown up. My older one has already graduated. She is one of my biggest supporters. She is one of the person. In fact, now we have reached to a level where we discuss as friends, because they guide me, they bring different perspectives about certain things. So we have a family with very open dialogue and open conversations. I don't restrict them for bringing their viewpoints, for bringing bringing, my job was to give them values and an upbringing, where just to teach them that what is right and what is wrong. But today they bring their great new perspectives on certain things, whether it is politics, whether it is, like, from the non-profit organizations or even their friends. So I love these conversations and dialogues with my own children and my two daughters. They are my life, and I do have a dog after events. So we have,
Awesome. Yeah. What's his name or her name?
it's him, and it's Chiku. He
Chiku. All right. So we Indians love Chiku, aren't we? So Menka, I was also thinking that with the busy schedule, do you even get time to watch movies, go out eat, or meet your friends? Do you have that social life anymore, or no?
I have a big social life. And I try to maintain that, because by virtue of my nonprofit Empowering, I have, they're my family. Everybody in that who has been putting up selfless volunteer hours day after day, night after night. It's like they're my family, and I have a team. I call them as my team Mango Lassi. We just have so much fun. We work hard, we enjoy hard. And I try to maintain a balance between with my social life, with my work life, with my community life. So it's like getting invited to several community events where you have to show up for that. Then you have to show up for your friends. But I am a person. It's like with anybody who is in my friend circle, they also know it. If they need it, I will be there even in the middle of the night. And that's how even with my husband, it's like we are not for extremely partying and these kinds of things. We will be there for your special milestones, for your special things. And, but yeah, whenever a person is in, even from a friend circle, they need it, we'll always be available for them. And in terms of watching movies, yes, I love to watch movies. I love to watch TV because that is my stress buster. And I'll tell you, it's funny. Whenever I feel stress, I leave everything. I just go and sit down and watch TV for some time, because somehow it helps me to just take that break and rethink about the situation. Because, sometimes if you're into a situation and you continue thinking, you can never come out of that circle. So I just take that break, go and watch. And trust me, because of this, sometimes I overwatch TV.
Which is good though, right? You need that break. So Menka, so there are a lot of young kids or, other women who want to do things, but they're not able to. Maybe they don't know the opportunities. They don't know what the sources are, and they're getting bored at home, and that boredom leads to depression. It leads to loneliness and all that stuff. So what would you guide them? That how should they approach their life to make it a bit balanced and be occupied? What would be your suggestion?
So to answer this question, Mamta, I'm already doing it. We have, through our empowering, this started in 2020. So we created a group. Today we have over 300 plus volunteers there. We cook, as I told you, for 2,500 homeless every week. And we make peanut butter jelly sandwiches, almost 800 to 1,500 every week. That goes for distribution. And these are done by youth, by families, by seniors. So this has given a purpose to many people. And specifically, it's helping the family bonding time. So every Sunday night, families getting together and making these sandwiches. We provide them supplies. They make it at their home, and then they come and deliver to one central location, and then they go out for a distribution. Channelize your energies into proper, good direction. So during COVID, when everybody was at home and don't know what to do, we started several projects. Okay, we'll make masks. We'll do this thing. Today we have so many youth engaged in this. Like last year, there's one girl, and I want to give a shout out to her. Her name is Bhavya. She made 10,000 PBJ sandwiches in a year. A youth. I believe she's like 14 years old, right? She got a Youth Icon award. So we have a youth council, and we have been providing them mentorship, directions into this regard. In fact, I'm always writing references for several youth for their college applications and all. And plus, one more important thing, we have been running pageants for so long, from last 13 years. And with our teenagers, the pageant has become so popular because they know that they are working with Menka Auntie, and, their energies will be used for good purposes. And specifically when it comes for mental health, specifically when it's come for using it for a productive, and finding out, I'm mentored to several youth so that they can help find out their directions. And not only these things, in fact, I have helped several youth candidates to find out their directions into the government. And I will be working more now as I step in this new responsibility.
So that sounds really great, and I know you're channelizing your energy and also bringing people together by all these different ways. So talk about this page and what is it? It's very interesting. I've been watching the videos and the photos every year. So tell me what is this pageant and who can apply? And is it only in US or you go outside as well? Let's talk about that.
So I'll tell you, this is there's one story. So in 20. So I've been on an H1 visa when I moved to this country, and I was working for Starbucks at that time. So we moved from Michigan, where I was working for General Motors, and we moved to Starbucks, and I was a star performer getting 2 promotions in a year. All of a sudden, my H1 came to a dead end, right? And we didn't have a green card at that time. My husband's green card was applied. So I was supposed to be at home. Exactly at that time was a break for me to understand why this happened, right? I've been a corporate woman, doing it so good, now sitting at home. And I realized there are several other women, those who have talent, those who have so much bandwidth and passion to do, but for several reasons, and specifically for Indian women, a lot of times they have to just be on the dependent, and taking care of the family. So I felt why this happened. So, That's when I started my nonprofit for a objective of women empowerment. And when this started, I'm from Lucknow. So Lucknowi chicken clothing is something that I was, very passionate about. Very, more than anything, I've seen the artisans at that time, they have been exploited for ages. So I thought, anytime I get a chance, I want to do something for them. So this is exactly that time we started bringing their collections and their designs and everything. We started with the fashion shows. The fashion idea came to my mind. People, those who are wearing these clothes are normal. They are not the models. So then we started inviting a lot of my friends, my neighbors to do the modeling in those clothing. From there, we moved into pageant, and pageant, my idea and my concept with pageant has been right from the beginning, it has been very clear. It's not just about the outer beauty, it's because of the inner beauty and the true woman empowerment that we want to bring. People used to think at some point of time that pageant is just about those flashy, those sparkly clothing to be on the stage and on the runway, and not to carry anything beyond that. But I started telling everybody, no, I wanted to create a pageant for instilling values of a community servant leadership. So we started with that in 2013. Then we got a franchisee for Miss India Washington from the longest running Indian pageant. And today, even I have a franchisee for Mrs. Universe America, which is part of Mrs. Universe, which is like 78 years old organization that has been hosting this pageant. And several women has been positively empowered through this pageant system. Again, because of our values, that it is not just about being on the runway, to showcase these things. The way we provide 6 months worth of trainings. We help them. A lot of them, they are going through some issues and the challenges in their life. So we not only become a sister for them to help with the pageant, but somewhere, they became like a family. And today I have a good circle and a family that has been built with over all these years. They became coaches. They have started doing their business, so a lot of hand holding with this. And I was just waiting to talk about this very, very interesting, Mamta. You do a pageant and you go through a competition through traditional round, Western round. We started a pageant that is known as Miss Empowering Universe, where we started honoring women who have run or who have won their battles of life. This started a couple of years back. We don't even charge a penny. And we honor that they don't have to go through any competition. Their stories and their life journey has been a competition for them. We give them a sash and crown on the stage with the title of Miss Empowering Universe. 2023 we did for cancer survivors, and they have fought their battle, and not only they have come out as a warrior from cancer, but they have been doing exceptionally good at. They have helped several other people. Last year we did it for people dealing with the disability. There were 5 women, those who were crowned, and this year it is warriors from domestic violence. And I have to talk about this. One of our state representative, Lauren Davis, will be crowned this year. So you can imagine, from how big a level this has achieved. And next year it will be about mental health. We are picking up an issue. We are bringing women from different spheres of their life, different phases of their life, where they are just coming and celebrating. So I have challenged the pageant system right from my beginning. Like I said, in fact, if I see this change happening, for example, I'll pick up one example. In the Miss category, there was an age limit, like 26, 28. And I said, that's ridiculous. The days are gone when we had Miss who were just focused on, coming for these pageants at the age of 23, 24, right? Today, ladies are very empowered. The women, they're empowered. These girls, they are busy in building their career. They might have reached to a level of like 29, 30 years. They are now working for big corporates. They want to use their time now, so why we should stop them at an age of 26, 27? We started embracing that change right from a beginning. And I see that happening in other pageant systems today. Then even for misses, for several divorced ladies, they came and asked me, are we Miss or Mrs.? I said, you have a flexibility to choose how you want to be represented. We cannot tell you that you have to be Mrs. or Miss. It's totally your call. And today, our Miss Universe started adopting some of these changes. So, I would say when we did this pageant, I really take pride for the changes that we brought in way back that we see with that pageant system bringing today.
And this is just so incredible because you are picking real issues when you crown and when you select these candidates, but also the pageant system is so different and so practical. Right?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
why there should be this 22, 23 year old limit, right? And why and you giving the divorced women an opportunity to pick whether they want to be Miss or Mrs. I think that is just amazing. Hats off to you, Menka. I mean, these are the things that you're brainstorming, I'm sure, with your team, and you are thinking before sleeping, first thing when you wake up. All that you're thinking is about all these assets that you have built, and how I'm just so proud of you. Very, very proud of you. As a woman, as an empowered woman, I would say that I am really, really proud of you, Menka.
Thank you, Mamta. Yeah, it's like, again, as I said, we want to bring the change. It's like, we don't have to wait the change to happen, because somewhere someone has to do it. So, whatever is right to do, we'll do those right things.
All right. So before we say parting bye to you, I want to ask you one last thing. What is your motto in life?
My motto for life is, I have only one life, and this is gift of God. So I want to make best use of that, so that when I leave my body, I don't have any regrets.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm sure you will have no regrets at all with all that you're doing. And, you have given me moments that I'm going to cherish. So thank you for being my guest on Moments with Mamta, and hope to see you very soon, and very, very proud of you once again. Congratulations, and keep rocking.
Thank you so much, Mamta. It was lovely chatting with you. I didn't even feel like this was a podcast and an interview. It was like a conversation with my friend after so long.
Absolutely. Take care and see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thanks for joining me on Moments with Mamta. If today's conversation inspired you, please follow, share, and stay connected for more meaningful stories. Until next time, this is Mamta signing off.